Hello there people of the internet, this is Jadopika, the prop maker, back again with another Star Wars themed video. Today I want to discuss a few of the finer points on how to fight with a lightsaber. Now there are plenty of videos of people fighting with lightsabers on the internet, but not a lot of them are fighting very well. So I thought I'd just give you a bit of tips and tricks on how to do it well. So the first thing you need to know about lightsaber fighting, or swordsmanship in general, is maintaining a guard position. Now in a lot of the Star Wars fights, I say a lot, not all, because there are some exceptions. I'll get into those later. But in a lot of lightsaber fights, you see a Jedi or a Sith maintaining a guard position. The most common guard position is sort of like that. That is a basic kendo stance, and I believe it's called Wrath stance in historical European martial arts. The point is, they're maintaining a guard position. Count Dooku is more of a rapier fencer, so he maintains more like that. Whatever your guard, sometimes some of them do a bit of a hanging parry or hanging guard like that. That's also known as an ox guard. Whatever your guard position, you must always make sure that you return to it, because many people maintain that the best defense is a good offense. That's not true at all. Without defense, there cannot be offense, because you will not live long enough to apply your offense. So, I like to use a rapier style guard. Make sure that your legs are in an L shape. Look at the shape of my legs. It's an L, and knees slightly bent. This gives you stability. You don't want to do like Rey from The Last Jedi and present yourself to your target like that. You're going to get knocked over as soon as someone applies pressure to you. So like that. That's your guard. That's your guard position. Legs in an L, weapon forward. Whether you do that, or however you do it, and make sure you keep your attack movements as minimalist as possible. A lot of the time you see lightsaber fighters doing. That's not the way to do it. You're massively telegraphing your blows by doing that. Keep them minimalist. And you'll notice that whatever I do, I'm returning to the guard position. When thrusting with a lightsaber, it's like thrusting with any other thrust-orientated sword. You don't just do quick jabs like that, although that would be rather effective, since a lightsaber, it's debatable whether a lightsaber needs a lot of power or not, because it's pure energy. But in order to make it look realistic, in order to make the thrust believable, you've got to lean into it, or like that. Make sure that there's power behind your thrust, or it won't be believable. With, again, taking the power into consideration, it's debatable whether or not you need to use the thing two-handed or not. But if you must go two-handed, again, make sure that you maintain a guard position. Strike some blows, and no matter where you strike the blow, or how many blows you strike, always make sure that you return to your guard position. Even when switching directions, maintain guard position. And now we get down to the elephant in the room, shall we say? Or shall I say the rancor in the room when it comes to lightsaber fighting. And that is spinning. A lot of the time we get people in lightsaber fights trying to look cool by spinning. And spinning does look cool in lightsaber fights. Let's not lie to ourselves. I mean, Yoda's fighting style wouldn't be there if spinning didn't look cool. I mean, that guy makes it look cool. But he has increased athleticism, and he's tiny, so he can make it work. A lot of the time, we can't make it work because we don't know how to do it right. Sorry about that, just got a notification. Anyway, so how to make spinning more plausible in a lightsaber fight is simply by keeping your guard up while spinning. This is how not to do it. Now, as you see, say my opponent is standing right here. If I do this, my back's wide open. He can attack me while I'm spinning. The plausible way to spin in a sword fight or lightsaber fight or any other kind of fight is to do it like so. Now you see there, when I do a spin in the fight, I swing my weapon up like so. That's to defend me from an incoming attack should there be one. And immediately after the spin, I follow it up with an attack. Okay, once more, full speed. And there are multiple different styles of spin you can do with it. You can do a spin towards your enemy. You can do a spin away from your enemy. You can do a spin and thrust. Or you can do a feint spin. What I mean by that is you spin, but then you subvert your opponent's expectations. So, like so. Now, looks like I'm gonna spin, right? Right? Looks like I'm gonna complete my spin, but no, actually, reverse! Full speed now, so you can see. This is the reverse feint spin. Expectations subverted. Now, jumping in lightsaber fighting. It's debatable whether or not this is effective or not. But yeah, jumping, basically it has its ups and its downs. If you want a very, pun intended, jumping in lightsaber combat, it looks cool, but very rarely is it effective. Because once you're in the air, it's very hard to stop yourself mid-air. So if you're jumping at an enemy and he holds out his lightsaber to stab you, you're really in no position to change your angle of trajectory. You could just jump right into their lightsaber blade. Unless, you know, like, I know there are some people who are now going to argue, but James, you could probably force push his lightsaber away from you, or you could force push yourself higher into the air so that you can fly over his lightsaber, or something like that. Yes, Jedi can, but you can't because you don't have force powers. If you want to add some kind of fancy force effect into your lightsaber fight, where you jump over his lightsaber, okay, fine, fair play to you. It's your creative liberty. But I'm just saying, you as a person cannot use the force, so you cannot do that. So yeah, one thing I'm gonna touch on again quickly is predictability of strikes. If you go, the guard position is part of maintaining unpredictability. From the guard position, you can attack any way you like. And you can have a chance to feign attacks. Like you can pretend you're attacking from above when suddenly you line him from the side and have him. But if you take a guard stance like so, that's a baseball stance. They can see everything you're doing. So, probably not the best tactic. These wide baseball swings you see Rey doing in The Last Jedi, so that kind of... that's not good. Not good at all. So, always maintain unpredictability, return to guard position, and maintain swordsman stance. One last thing I'm going to talk about before we sign off. Reverse grip lightsaber fighting. In short, no. In long, no. And if you're still here, just no. Just no. I mean, it looks cool. Looks like you're being a ninja, but that's not it's not effective. It decreases your range. It decreases the distance, your attack. It decreases your attack radius. Look, this is the farthest away I can attack with a lightsaber in reverse grip. This is how far away I can attack with it in regular grip. It's a disadvantage. Unless your opponent is on the ground and you're going to stab them. Unless your opponent is on the ground and you're going to stab them to death, it's not effective. So I'd say don't not use the lightsaber in reverse grip. There are some instances, I believe, where it can be useful. Like if a guy tries to go for your legs, you can go like that and block his attack. Theoretically, it can be used to protect your legs. I wouldn't test it though. But otherwise, the lightsaber grip in reverse grip is completely farcical. I hate to say it, but my boy Starkiller and Ahsoka, sorry, but your lightsaber styles are completely ludicrous. So, hopefully, I have given you some illumination in the art of lightsaber combat. I know I'm not claiming to be a master in this, and I'm not saying I'm any good, okay? And I know a lot of you that do full-on swordsmanship and sword training are going to pick up a load of mistakes in my form. I'm just parroting to you things that I have learned from other swordsmanship masters. So, I hope you have enjoyed watching this. Hopefully this gives you a bit of a glimpse into the mind of a competent swordsman and will help you choreograph your lightsaber fights better. I have been Jalopika the Prop Maker with this new Star Wars themed episode, and stay tuned for more Star Wars related content. Thank you for watching, and we will get through this COVID-19 pandemic sooner or later. So, stay home, stay safe, and may the Force be with you.